You rot. Hi, I'm Ray of Sunshine. Don't take it personally. Rotting, the rotting routine is an important part of the process for many things. For example, plants. Did you ever plant a seed, or do you know anything about how that works? A seed needs to rot. You plant it in the ground, you water it, it decays and it rots before it sprouts. And then it sprouts and it blossoms. But the first step is to rot. And so the reason I bring that up is to point out that I know I rot too. And I prove that in a lot of my earlier videos. They're there for a reason. They're there to show a progression. They're there to show the ups and downs and lumps and bumps of life. Illustrated in my entire video presentation. And you'll continue to see it illustrated as we take each other by the hand and grab all the other sunflowers on the planet, which is why it's important that you share this video with somebody so that we're all on the same page. If you're finding that this makes sense, if you're finding that you can resonate with what I'm saying, then you want to share this video with others so we can all be on the same page and we can all elevate planet, which is why it's important that you share this video with somebody so that we're all on the same page and we all blossom. We blossom. Another title that I almost used for this video is This Sucks. And because it's very much along the same lines as You Rot, but this sucks might be the reaction that somebody would have if let's say one day somebody shared it with them, right? They might look at it and say, this sucks. But it's designed that way. And so you have the advantage, because I'm telling you, if you go back there, let me recommend, if you're new here, click on one of those videos in one of the boxes on the side of my head at the end of this video, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I'm talking about in 10 seconds. This sucks also is how life sometimes is. It sucks. And so that's the progression that I show. I feel weary sometimes. No particular reason. I mean, it could be because you know, I've been through so many lifetimes. It could be that this lifetime has been such a rodeo. And, you know, while you're back there, you'll learn some things about me and you'll learn some things about you. Oh, between you and me, the other contender for the title of this video was Ray's Revolving Reminders. I'm just kind of joking about that, but I was kind of thinking about that because, you know, I do repeat a lot of the same things in a lot of my earlier videos. And I do that for a reason. I'm hoping that sometime, one of these days, some of that's going to sink in. Hey, you know, and for the people that it has sunken in, and you have shared this video with other people, sorry to shake. Oh, well, you know what? That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about shaking the world. And so, if you've already shared this video with some other people, another way you can do it is talk it up. You know what I mean? Sitting at the lunch counter or walking down, wherever you are, you can say, hey, have you seen Ray of Sunshine yet on YouTube? You got to check them out, right? So that's another way you can help spread this message, blossom into the uniqueness of you. Spread this message, expect the unexpected. Spread this message so that we all get on the same page. Here's one of my goals that I'm going to share with you. I want to become more popular than the Pope. And the reason, you know, it doesn't really matter what you think about the Pope. If you like the Pope, if you don't like the Pope, it doesn't matter what I think about the Pope if I like the Pope. With Frank, is it? Frankie? Seems like a nice guy. But none of that really matters. What matters is he's popular. You know, who doesn't really know that there's a Pope on this planet, right? So if I became more popular than the Pope, that would mean that I would have a whole lot of viewers all joined together here to come on the same page. Hand in hand, on the same page. Let me simplify it for you so you'll only have two things to remember. One, I forgot. Let me simplify it for you so you'll only have two things to remember that way. One thing would be, go back there and see if you find something of value, like a hidden treasure, for example. I'm not so sure if there's any such thing as too much happy, but my mission is to find out. And if you do, share this video. I have some big, huge announcements coming up. And it affects you. It affects everybody on this planet. It affects all of us. Exciting news about this journey that we're undertaking together. A journey that no one's ever been on before. It's an adventure. And we all blossom that no one has ever been on before. There's been other civilizations that have tried. No other civilization has made it over the hump. A new day is dawning. And that's probably why somebody shared this video with you. You can probably learn from their example. So it's important now that we all come together on the same page. Here, let me show you around a little bit. This is my sanctuary. I've been in this area of my sanctuary before for other presentations. You might remember my gay butterfly. There's lots of animals of representing transformation in this particular area of my studio. And one of them that I wanted to show you a little bit is this one here, which this is a wood carving that I did when I got married to my husband Sid, who I talk about in a lot of the previous videos, back in 2013. And so we had a Native American ceremony, and his totem spirit animal was the snake, and mine was the eagle. And so this is what I made as a gift for him for our wedding. But, that has a lot of significance now, because that is representative, just as my whole video presentation is representative of the transition, the transformation that we're all going through on this planet. My whole premise is ABCs. And so I take you from the A section to the B section, and there's a transition, there's a transformation that happens between every one of them. And I'm telling you, if you go back there, there's crazy stuff going on, there's funny business going on. A lot of them are inspired by how it was when I woke up that morning, and I kind of liked it, and so I fixed it. And that's the same kind of thing that happened here. When I was combing it up this morning, I had this little cock-a-doodle-doo thing happening. I said, oh, I like that. And so this is what you get. It's funny business in every one of the Ray of Sunshine videos. And they're all getting a feeling that there are some people who kind of enjoy getting this view of me. They think I look sexy in glasses. And so that's your chance to check it out. And they're all different. It transitions from one section to the next section, and there's overlaps. And you can see that if you watch the progression, just like what happens for each of us, each and every one of us in our lives, and what has happened for all of us as a civilization. So my video presentation represents all of that. The most important reason why you might want to go back there and take a peek at some of that stuff is because there's hidden messages. And the reason I know that is because I put them there. Happiness, and there's no such thing as too much happy, so why not contribute toward it? So I have lots of ways, lots of suggestions on how you can accomplish that. Inspiration is divine. Look for divine, and you'll find it in all my before videos. And you're going to see that whole progression of going from there to here. Right now, we're transitioning from the K section. So if you followed me through any of this, you would have noticed that in the K section, there's a certain style. There's a certain format, a certain way that the videos are presented, which are different from the earlier ones. And the earlier ones are different from the earlier ones before that. And it's all to show stumble and fall, and emerge, evolve, become. Discover the uniqueness of you. And so the idea is to bring all the sunflowers together, hand in hand, on this journey. And because when we talk about shaking the world, it's a simple concept, and it's a matter of believing. So the reason that we don't have a world of peace, the reason that we don't have a world of brotherhood, the reason we don't have a world of everyone treating everyone like they're our brothers and sisters, is because we don't believe it's possible. If you don't believe something is possible, it's not possible. You know, there's a quote by Mahatma Gandhi about shaking the world. It says, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. So, you know, shaking the world sounds like a big deal, and maybe it is. You know, you might recall this movie about the yellow brick road and all that kind of stuff. Well, I talk about that particular movie in one of my earlier videos. And I don't remember which one it is, but it would be another interesting one for you to go find, because that story about the yellow brick road and the Emerald City and all that has very close correlation to our Earth story. This is what we all have in common. This is what we all have a spark of, the light. And so that's why you're here. That's why I'm here. And our goal is to bring others along, to get others off the fence. Maybe to get you off the fence. And if that's why you're here, stick with me. I'll get you off the fence. Story that we're creating right now. And so that's in that video, and if you can find it, that would be helpful for me. You can send me the code, and if you don't go find it, maybe you'll find one of the other ones, and there's a reason you'd want to do that, because there's a message there for you. And the time is getting critical. The time is now. Who are you? I'm Ray of Sunshine. I ask myself that same question all the time. There's a whole lot of different rays of sunshine showing a progression, showing an evolution. I think you probably so far are appreciating about my channel is that, well, besides telling the truth, I make sense. And I don't know about you, but I like things that make sense. Hey, you know the best thing you can do to contribute toward this effort is find what makes your heart dance. And if your heart is dancing, find what makes your heart dance more. Because it feels good. It feels better. It feels better to love you than it is to get down on you. You know, this sunflower field reminds me a little bit of a movie that I saw, except it wasn't sunflowers, it was poppies. And I bet you a lot of you people, you guys saw it too, because it's a movie that's been around for a long while. And it had this yellow brick road. And the yellow brick road started in Munchkin Land as a little curl in the middle, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And this whole gang of unusual characters decided to take a trip down the yellow brick road, and they went on an adventure and went through all kinds of crazy adventures on their way to the Emerald City. Now, this is the part where my story gets a little bit different than that story. In that particular story, this gang gets to the Emerald City, and it's all bright and glitzy and shiny, and everybody's having a good time, and everybody's happy, and they have unusual stuff going on in there too. They have horses that are all different colors and lots of different things. But what it doesn't show in the movie, and what makes my story a little different from that story, is that outside of the Emerald City is a different scenario. And outside of the Emerald City is plagued with homelessness, hunger, and despair. It's the night sky with all the stars shining up there, and it's a lot like Emerald City in a way, all shiny and glitzy and bright and cheery. But the thing about the Emerald City is that the goings on outside of Emerald City are conditions that people somehow think are just the way it is. There's homelessness, there's hunger in the world, and we'll do our part, especially, like Christmas will come along and we'll give somebody a meal and that sort of thing. Doesn't really amount to too much, but we don't really feel that we can really do anything substantial to make that change. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. So let me tell you about the formula that I used to create my whole video series. And you don't even have to take notes because it's not that complicated. It only involves 3 words, really. So the first step was dream. To dream it. And the second step was, for me, to believe it. To believe that it's possible. To believe I could do it. To believe it could happen. And the third step, the third part of the formula, was to do it. Create you. Do the work. Take the necessary steps to make it happen. And the way it happened, the way this video happened, going from 1 subscriber to 2 subscribers, and for months and months, that's what I had 3 subscribers. If we can believe that we could alleviate conditions for, let's say, 1 homeless person, let's say that there might be 1 less homeless person on this planet tonight, or 1 less person that goes to bed hungry. If we can believe that that's possible for 1 person, we can believe that's possible for every person on the planet that's in that situation. We're all in this together, because it's just a matter of dreaming, believing, doing over and over and over, 1 person at a time. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There's no such thing as too much happy. So why not contribute toward it? And the best way, the most effective way to contribute toward your own happiness is to contribute toward others' happiness. Hey, did somebody send you this video on a silver platter? Well, maybe now it's your turn to silver platter somebody else. It's playtime. Create you. It's playtime. Create. It's playtime. It's playtime. It's playtime. It's playtime. It's playtime. It's playtime. Playtime. Create you.